So we're here rehearsing in Ultimo in a lovely hall above a children's daycare centre. So we've always got the sound of the children playing out there and the chickens wandering around. So we're in our second week of rehearsal now. It's been wonderful working with Crystal so far. We have put together probably about 3/4 of the opera just onto the stage, and so far we're getting the bones and the structure of the piece, and over the next couple of weeks we're going to be adding a lot more detail.
The challenge with this style of opera, which is 18th century, is that the composer rarely defines anything specific about the details of the location. Once in a while there's a description of a mountainside or a room in a palace, for example, but beyond that we really don't have any kind of description that we're really beholden to. So as a director, I really love this kind of repertoire because it's really flexible as to what you can do with it. The nice thing about the design that we've done for this Armida is that we have an overall structure that is the root of all of the scenes, so that we can go through the large structure and be in different locations at any given time without needing to change the scenery. So something I'm really interested in, and lighting really helps us with that as well. This lends itself extremely well to the fact that Armida does have magical powers, and so she can make this space very malleable.
There's a real transformation in Armida's character, and that too is reflected in Haydn's music, and it's a challenge for me. I love the stage, I love movement, and it requires me to be very, very physical in this performance, and I'm looking forward to realising her character.
I think that the defining characteristic of opera is the way that the music fleshes out character. However, in certain types of operas, such as this Haydn one, sometimes text is repeated over and over again, and you have to make justifications as to why that happens. It's really up to the director and the collaboration with the singers to find where these shifts happen and why they happen. Why does a character change one word of text from one iteration of it to the other, of a certain phrase? So these are all things that have to be decided in rehearsal, and there's also a physical component. Is there a physical change that happens? So that I think that this repertoire is really challenging in that respect, which is why I think the payoff is so much greater than so many other operas that I've worked on.
One of the things I've been finding particularly fascinating about rehearsing Armida is the fact that Haydn uses structures in this opera that I'm just not familiar with and I haven't seen in other classical or Baroque operas. You know, having conducted a lot of Baroque operas with, you know, this endless procession of da capo arias, here, on the face of it, it looks like a very similar structure, but each aria Haydn structures in a slightly different way. And by doing this, Haydn keeps the dramatic tension very fresh and unpredictable in the piece.
So my character is Ubaldo, who's a soldier fighting in the Crusader army. He's sort of the second in command or something to Rinaldo, who's a kind of torn between duty and love, and Ubaldo is this constant source of trying to get Rinaldo to remember his duty and not run off with Armida.
I'm playing the role of Clotarco. He is a soldier trying to rescue his friend Rinaldo. Along the way, Clotarco happens to fall in love with Zelmira, a character played by Todd.
My character is Zelmira. I am an accomplice to the sorceress Armida, and the king Idreno has forced us both to lure the Christian soldiers to death. However, both of us, over the course of time, fall in love with the soldiers that we're supposed to lead to death, so we have a bit of a struggle.
Rinaldo, he is this great warrior and the leader of the army, and before the opera starts, he has been captured by Armida. She has put a spell on him so that he'll fall in love with her. So during the opera, he struggles. Should he stay with Armida, whom he loves, or should I go back to my friends? Because he has a warrior heart and he really likes to fight.
My character's name is Idreno, which originates with the meaning of serpent. So he's a bit of a slimy, sleazy, manipulative, deceitful character. And in the words of conductor Antony Walker, he's the a**hole of the show. So Idreno is Armida's uncle, and Idreno is all about maintaining control over Armida so that he can use her sorcery and her power, her mystical powers, for his own purposes.
I think it's going to be really exciting for the audience. There are some really magical elements to this piece. At the crux of it, it's about human nature and humans and women and men. We hope not to lose the truth of the piece in the magic.